In the previous lesson, we saw how we can import CAD in Blender and how we can use it to model our geometry. So we can work with solid objects, 3D objects, and also 2D CAD drawings, and also SVG as we saw, and also images. We have different possibilities to import different types of formats in Blender and start to work. In this video, we're gonna discover more features that are already in Blender, and we're gonna talk about basic stuff, but also we're gonna see some extra. So let's start with the extra. Let me just create here a new file because we're gonna leave this scene here. And I'm just gonna delete everything so we have a clean slate to work on. And this is gonna be lesson 10 of the course. So let me save it and let's get started. Now, to have extra objects, either meshes or curve, we need to go to Edit, Preferences. And from here, we're going to go to Get Extensions. So make sure you are connected, and then, so you should see here a list. And then we can just type extra. Now you can see I've already installed these two, which are called extra curve objects, extra mesh objects. So if you don't see it like this, is because you haven't installed it yet. You should see it here in the bottom part. So let me just show you. Let me uninstall one of these, like the extra mesh. So you should find it in here and just click on install, and that's it. In a few seconds should be available. Now, where do we find these extra curve and extra mesh objects? We go up here and go to add and go to mesh. And now you can see that these are like the basic ones, but then we have also others. Like, for example, let's check the round cube, and always have a look here to the various parameters that you have. So you can see this is kind of a midway between a curve and a sphere. And well, there are more interesting things to see, so I'm just gonna put it aside and go with the next. Well, here you have single vertices. We saw that objects are based on vertices, segments, or edges, and then faces, but we're gonna get more into that. Now here you have some extra torus objects. For example, the twisted torus, which has this different structure. And again, you can always try here to see if you can change something. And here you can decrease the number of faces, and you can do something a little bit different. You can increase the number of twists, or get rid of the twist. So this looks like a bracelet or something, like for jewelry. And then well, my suggestion is go here, and well, these are math functions, something else. Then we have gears, and let's go here and play with the parameters as well. So always go here and play with this. You never know what you might find. And let's proceed. So I'm just gonna move this aside, and here we have also worm, which is kind of a you see here kind of a screw. And then mesh, let's go on, pipe joints. So these are like for tubes or something, pipes. And then we have gemstones, again, for jewelry. Let's go for like brilliant, for example. And so you can find perhaps the object that you're looking for just by going here and playing with the various parameters. We have rock generator, we have beam builder, so you can change type of beams, like for architecture perhaps. And let's see what else. Wall factory, it creates an entire wall. And also you can, let me just create it again before we leave it. Now, some of these are really complex, like wall factory, for example. You have a lot of stuff. You can make a radial, you can make it curve like this, or you can like work with the openings and like change the width, the height of the opening, and you can repeat it many times. Here you can add slots, you can add crenels, you can add shelves, you can add steps. So there's really a lot of things going on here. It's a parametric generator. So this type of objects, whether they are 3D or 2D, these are called parametric because you can change them, you can edit them using parameters. But once you're out, as we know, the panels disappear down there and that's it. Let me also activate the screencast keys now. This will go like a little bit overlapping those, but now you understand that every time you need to check at the bottom left corner there to see some extra things that you can do with the objects that you create. Okay, I'm gonna move everything aside, and let me just finish here with this. You also like this one here. I like it. It's called honeycomb, and it creates like kind of a structure of hexagons. And then another one, the last one actually, and then we're gonna move on to the curves, is going to be the teapot. Teapot is like a 3ds Max. 3ds Max has this one, like a basic starting object that you can work with. Okay, so these were the 3D objects extras. So if I go to add, also we have extra curves now. And the basic curves are the Bezier, the circle, the NURBS, the paths, and these are extras that you can use. For example, you have like simple shapes, for example, a polygon, and this is going to be now 3-sided, but you can decrease the number of sides. And let me just move it here, and then we have also, we can also add inside. You can see we are in edit mode. Be careful always to check if you are in edit mode or in object mode, because if you are in edit mode, you are inside that shape. The shapes you're going to add are going to be in there. So before we get into edit mode, which is a little bit more advanced, let's stay in object mode and see what we can add. So then we have like, let me see here, what profiles, like for example, again, a cogwheel. And again, use this panel before you leave it just to play around and see what you can do. Now you can also change here from poly to NURBS to Bezier. We saw the difference in the previous lesson, and also you can change 2D and 3D. Now 2D is mainly for extruding, and 3D is where you can like push various points, vertices up and down. I'm gonna make some more examples in just a second. So shapes could be, well, 2D could be also developed in 3D. And an example for that would be, if you go here again, add curve, if we go to spirals. So make sure you check all the others because these are really interesting. Or for example, you can see here the helix 3D. So you can see this is going up, is not a perfectly flat shape. And then you have, let's go outside again, add, and let's go to spirals. So let's go, for example, here to the Archimedia. Okay, this one here, it's basically in the bottom. So we can change it also here. And there you go. Now this is a pretty big spiral, actually. So let me make it a little bit smaller. Okay, so just with one turn is fine. And you can see it's all flat on the ground. But if we accept this, so let's just go out. Now we can see all the vertices that are part of this spiral, and because we are in edit mode. So I can take one of these and I can push it up, and then I can proceed with the others. So you can see this is now in 3D, and it's an open shape. So I think it's enough for the extra. You can go by yourself. I think you understand that these are here. You just need to go there and play with that. I want to show you some other options that you have. Let me just go back a few steps. I want to show you here that you have these middle options in the view, in the 3D view, that we didn't discover yet. We talk about these visualization options on the right, and also this other menu on the left, but also we can do other things. Also here you have orientation, default, and we have the default selection, and we can change this. Okay, and here we have the possibility to change the orientations of the transformation. So global means that it's going to refer to the global axis, the x, the epsilon, and the z. So for example, if I want to use, let's say, this teapot